If I were to describe Prospect to a newcomer, someone who didn't know Prospect at all, I would talk about the communities they foster, not just in the rooms, but in their audiences as well. I would talk about the unique sense of taste that they bring to how they curate works, identify new writers, nurture new writers and new voices.
I describe Prospect as it is the champion of the new musical. It's a champion of emerging artists in the musical theater genre, whether it is writers or designers or directors or choreographers.
Prospect gave me my first big boy job off Broadway in Tomorrow the River. I stayed with that musical for 2 years and workshopped it, and we eventually did a off-Broadway run. I think through that process I got to know my own voice, and what was so fun is that Prospect also gave me my first debut as a composer.
Prospect is kind of like the bloodhound of new musical theater writers, in a way that I don't see anywhere else in New York City.
I think Prospect's role in New York City is to carry on the legacy of contemporary musical theater writing and writers.
I believe that Prospect has a really vital role in the New York City theater landscape because it's really hard to make a show. And Prospect has made so many new musicals.
Prospect gives voice and space to those artists to develop and premiere their work.
You know, there's something about the Prospect community that feels very strong, but there's also something about, there's a very collaborative aspect to it that kind of set the basis for how I've gone into rooms from then on out.
I think Prospect brings story-driven, character-driven, big themes about what it is to be human and how we connect.
I got to actualize my own experience of being a part of collaborating in this authentic interpretation. It was about human beings and human stories, their individual real stories.
I started working on these shows with Prospect that were so outside the realm of my comfort zone that it was really fortunate for me because it started a relationship with theater that I didn't know I could have.
I think what's distinct is the diversity of shows, of writers, and of spaces.
All Prospect's productions are excellent at a very high caliber. You will see young talent, and maybe not so young talent, but new talent, developing itself.
There's something about it that I'm always fed intellectually that makes me think on many different levels when I see something that's happened at Prospect. It really pushes the boundaries of how we think of ourselves as a culture here.
The Prospect helped me to see what was possible, and I think of you all as the company that takes a chance.
Prospect is just magically creating these opportunities for everyone, and a rising tide raises all boats.
You're also allowing people to have a secure enough place to develop their own voice, where they don't feel like they have to be like anything else.
Being seen as an artist and as a person and what I have to, I keep saying authentic, but I think that is the word that I would use to describe this company.
It takes an immense amount of love of the craft, love of the form, love of the community, love of the process. To make new work requires an immense amount of love, and that's Prospect.
Prospect is pioneering. Prospect is pure of intent.
Prospect is scrappy. Prospect is tenacious. Prospect is beautiful.
Prospect is support.
Prospect is a place where artists can come to be artists.
Thoughtful, conscious.
Prospect is challenging.
Prospect is cutting edge. Prospect is humanitarian. Prospect is empathetic.
Fun, thought-provoking, a little quirky.
Prospect is smart. Prospect is awesome.
It is collaborative. It is intuitive.
Prospect is doing the work that the world needs to see.
future. What